Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're live. Nice, nice. The typical, let's wait for a couple of seconds for more people to join.
We got anyone here?
Yeah, we got about, uh, got some people, got Mustafa. Uh, who else? We got some people joining right now. Hello, hello. Fajundo. I'm sorry, if I'm butchering your name. All right, let's let's see where people are speaking from. Where are you? Yeah. We can get some engagements. Nice, nice. All right. Welcome. Let's get started. And then I'd love to, yeah, see. Oh, we got some LA people. Nice. Kutsal, hello, hello. Amazing, amazing. Guys, this is going to be an interactive webinar. It's not going to be like your usual one. There's going to be some polls, some questionnaires. It's going to be so interesting. We pulled up some research, some data for you guys regarding um, campaigns, in-app revenue during this holiday seasons. So I would love to see some engagement. If you guys, if you have any questions, of course, the typical, you can write them down in the chat. And at the end of you know, by the last 10 minutes, we'll have a little Q&A session. But still, throughout the conversation, you guys can keep your questions coming. So let's begin. Let me just introduce myself quickly. My name is Jude. I am the growth marketing specialist here at UserGuiding. And joining me today is our customer success manager, Kemal. So, Kemal, yeah.
Very well.
Little appearance. Hello, hello. So yeah, today's webinar, we're going to be talking about how to increase your revenue during the campaign season with user guiding. I'll be your host, and we got a special, exciting session lined up for you guys today to help you boost your sales, your revenue during the holiday season using some powerful in-app campaigns, of course, with user guiding. Um, so just the agenda for the following, you got like 58 minutes left. So we're going to dive into today's content, right? So you're going to learn about leveraging your in-app messaging, how to track analytics, how to implement effective campaign strategies to increase your revenue during this holiday season. The Q4 is known for that, right? It's like the highest revenue, highest spending. Everyone is just trying to push all their marketing game to the max. So we're going to talk about the impact of in-app campaigns, especially on your overall marketing strategy. And, of course, by using like segmentation and little tips and tricks here and there, Kemal will help us understand and explore some of the best practices. We can help you boost more conversions and even upgrades for your overall campaign success. So let's get going. Oh, and of course, like by the end, let's say in half an hour, we're going to go through a little demo on how to implement actual in-app campaigns, everything that Kemal will be sharing with us today, in a more practical way. So it's going to be half information, half demo, and then by the end we have a little sneak peek of our latest feature that we haven't announced yet at all. So you're going to get the first peek at that, and it's a big game changer. So stick around for that. Uh, Perfect. So let's talk about some seasonal campaigns for SaaS companies. Um, so particularly during the holiday season, it has a significant impact on your revenue as B2B or B2C SaaS. So we all know that it's a crucial time for all companies in Q4 during these times. Um, so just to begin, let's see some interaction. I'm going to start a poll, and it'll be about, I have a question for everyone. What percentage of SaaS companies experience an increase in revenue during the holiday season? So let's pull up the right. Got it here. So, what is the percentage of SaaS companies that experience an uptick? So they have like a little increase in revenue during the holiday season. We got 30%, 90, 40, 60. Interesting. So far, it's all within the same, right? You got 3, 3, 3. Some say 90, some say 60, 40. It's still all equal, right? And this is very interesting because you would think that it's a common answer, or it's a common information that everybody knows, uh, but actually you would be surprised. I mean, very fair, right? Like 90, from everything that I've said so far, it seems very obvious. Even 60, 40. Someone said 30, 30, right? 3 more seconds. All right, and we're one more. Well, one more to click on one of the buttons, and then all right. So far we got, that's pretty equal, pretty equal. So we got. Let me stop the poll here. 22%, 30, another 22%, say 90. Nice. But the most is 60, right? And that is the correct answer. So it is 60%. Uh, yeah, 60% of SaaS companies, they experience a significant uptick in revenue during the holiday season. So actually, another kind of fact that we found was based off of research that actually holiday campaigns, they contribute up to 30% of the company's annual revenue. So this is a massive time of year, right, for the company's revenue. It's the last stretch, to push all the marketing efforts to make sure you get the most amount of revenue during the last 2, 3 months of the year. So it just goes to show that how important it is to have a solid strategy in place during the marketing season. Now, because of business, I mean, this happens because like businesses are most likely to invest in SaaS tools during these high traffic periods. So for example, B2B SaaS companies, often they have a large end of the year budget, so they need to be spending this before the year closes. But of course, during that time they're also like evaluating some solutions. Do we need it, do we not? So it's not only just pushing a discount, but also you want to give them the same value. You're going to spend this money you're going to have this plan, for example, you're going to have the solution for the whole year, but also make sure that your money is worth it. So, and similarly for B2C SaaS companies as well, they want to take advantage of the consumer spending surges during the holidays. So everyone is having Christmas holidays, winter holidays, New Year's. So these things, we got Black Friday coming up, and it's known that this is the spending time. Now, what I'm wondering is how many of our attendees today are planning on launching a campaign within the next 2 months? So this is another poll that I like to. There we go. So if you're planning on launching a campaign within the next 2 months, let us know. Maybe we can help you out as well. So it'll be very interesting to see. I'll just keep the poll running. Now, yeah, so already mentioned this one. So there are types of successful strategies and types of successful campaigns that you can implement. So this is one of the examples that we have, which was from during our Halloween campaign. This was a slide out banner that we were providing just to our basic plan users. So there are 3 types of successful things that you can implement, strategies, let's say. So we got the discount offers. So this is one type of marketing strategies. For selling, for getting more revenue. So whether it's like 20%, 30, or 50. So usually these offers, they're aimed at increasing conversion, right? We have the customer journey. So in the beginning stages, they're probably considering, right? You have the awareness, they're considering, and maybe purchasing is the last stride that they need to do. So this will help increase that conversion rate, especially in turning trial users into paying users, or even upselling. for existing users. So, but these discount offers, they don't always need to run for a specific reason, right? So you can have them once every 3 months, just running a type of a discount campaign. But including also a time sensitivity promotion is also another way, to push for more of a successful campaign. So providing a clear sense of urgency. This is a kind of, something like, offering a limited time discount or an early bird access. Usually this pushes customers to act quicker. Yeah, and then of course you can do some upgrades, some cross sells for existing users as well. So usually, uh, what we have in mind is once we get customers, that's it. Like they're stuck with the same plan, and they're still, they're paying. Hopefully their retention is consistent, but we forget that there's always opportunities to upsell and upgrade, and maybe these types of existing users are actually your champions because they already know your product, they already know your solution, and they're using it, right? And you want to maintain that retention. So by providing a little incentive to upgrade, they get a better value, right? And they feel like they're winning because they're getting a discount. So it's a win-win for all. And of course, you're increasing that revenue margin for your company as well. Now, another question that I had in mind, just out of interest, was what is your primary, like, what is your go-to engagement tool to inform users about your seasonal campaigns? So I'm gonna run uh, another poll here, right? So how do you primarily engage with your users during your seasonal campaigns? We've got some social media promotions, which is, it's also typical. Email campaigns, so common. And I'm very interested to see the open rates of these emails, because if you have like a 10% open rate, there's a big missing opportunity for any potential lead clients, right? They have some in-app engagements if you already use them, or maybe you don't engage with your users, you just hope that they find some type of discount somewhere, an Easter egg probably. Interesting. Yeah. So these are the numbers that we have so far. Interesting to not see any like homepage, for example. I mean, in-app engagements, they could count as well. Amazing. Cool. Yes, so these are the numbers. So most of you guys go with the typical email campaigns, some social media promotions, a little bit of in-app engagements. Um, Very interesting. Well, what about the biggest challenge, right? So the biggest challenge when it comes to um, running a type of marketing campaign. Oh, let's reopen it here. Right. So is like converting users into paid users, is this a challenge that you guys see? Do I maybe it's like identifying the right audience or creating a sense of urgency, or maybe tracking and measuring your campaign success? Mm, identifying audience. Interesting. Right. Sometimes we forget about that like sense of urgency thing. Like we just want to give the percentage, and you know we forget that, oh, maybe you need to create a sense of urgency to push people uh to understand that this is not the price that's going to stay there forever. It's very interesting seeing the answers because you get an idea of where everyone is at, because not everything is a standard experience. Cool, 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 cool. Amazing. I'm going to remove this for a little bit, but we can still keep it active. Amazing. So when it comes to B2B and B2C and the impact of in-app marketing during the holidays, of course, they're incredibly effective. And some of the research that we found shows that users are 3 times, and this is for specifically for B2B, so their users are 3 times more likely to convert when they encounter in-app campaigns. So this is probably because of they go through like a complex sales cycle. So as I mentioned, we have those 5 stages of customer journey, right? So if they're aware of it, they're already on your platform. They're already checking out your website, your solution. They're aware of your solution. They're probably considering it. And then the third step is purchasing. So it's always that like last nudge of purchasing. But of course, later on, even for your existing users, you want to keep that retention and hopefully convert them to like advocates of your solution. So when you time your messages, right, and when you provide them right with a time sensitive campaign, have a wholesome discount, so it's not just 5% discount, make it impactful a little bit, 15, 20, 30, 50, and making it feel like it's an exclusive offer even for those existing users, then you're able to kind of keep that retention and hopefully increase the conversion of your users, or the leads into users. uh, as a follow-up question, let me stop this poll. Right. What about B2C? So the number that I had mentioned is relevant to B2B, but what about B2C? Let's see here if you guys can figure out the number. Hold 1 second. Let me find the running poll. There we go. All right, so we got 40%, 15%, 25, 50. So what about B2C SaaS campaigns? What is the percentage of users that are more likely to make a purchase when offered a seasonal promotion? Nice. So 60% said 15, we got 20%, 25, and then one said 50. Let's give it a. No one said 40, which is very interesting because it's a little bit in the middle. So you guys think that for B2C it's less, right? Very interesting. So actually overall, I'm gonna stop the poll. All right. So it's actually 50%. So 50% of users are more likely to make a purchase when offered a special seasonal promotion. It's directly from within the app. Right. So this is more because of, as I mentioned, they're already aware, they're considering, and then they need that like final stride to become a paid customer. And when they're offered a discount, then this is probably the last incentive they would need, so they take advantage of that. And of course, like during the holidays, everyone is spending, you already have your budget allocated for some purchases. So yeah, the number would be 50. So this kind of illustrates that power of using your SaaS platform as a communication for those inclusive offers, for both for new and existing users. Now, amazing. Do we have any questions? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't think, but yeah, we can pull up the receipts if you'd like. It's a very interesting statistic that I found. All right. So now time for our Q&A session with Kemal, our customer success manager. Hello, hello, Kemal.
Hey everyone. Very
Hello,
nice.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, of course. I love to have you here. So, Kemal, we can just jump straight to it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course. So, as you heard, everything we're focusing more on the in-app communication. So, I want to talk about some like website banners, some slide outs, Of course, these are like powerful tools to get the attention of new users, especially during the campaign holidays, the campaign seasons. People are, trying to, you're increasing their awareness. They're getting interested. So, can you walk us through some tips, probably, for how to implement an effective holiday offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So banners and slide tiles are definitely great ways to grab the attention of the users instantly, especially for new users. When you're a new user, landing on the website for the first time, you only gotta be few seconds to make a strong impression to hook the customer per se. By adding visually appealing elements like a festive, holiday-inspired designs, you can draw them in right away and encourage them to, check out the special deals that's been going on without disrupting their browsing experience. You likely, make them aware what's going on, but not disrupting their, natural flow of experience. So the key is here the placement. The elements that you embed should stand out without being too intrusive, right?
Hmm.
Want to spotlight the seasonal promotions, whether it's a Black Friday, campaign, or it's an end of the year campaign, a holiday campaign. But it should be in a way that feels inviting, not overwhelming. For example, I think this is the best example that I can think of. You can use a countdown timer, right, to create that urgency, that feeling of missing out, the FOMO. That limited time offers to add a seasonal banner that links directly to a page where you showcase everything that's been going on in terms of discount, right? Um, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like for those websites, I know so many times where I would like visit a website and they would have that like countdown, and then this would be like the first thing that like grabs my attention, and then I was like, oh, like I don't know, they're offering like something. There's something exclusive going on, and like I don't want to miss out. And then it would push me more to like dig deeper and dive into like what is this solution? Would I need it? Would I not? So it kind of does create that sense of urgency. um but this is very common also for like, of course, like for new users, right? So this is something that you can like entice them a little bit, get them to push their like awareness about the solutions, the products that you have. Now, what about existing users, for example? Like, are there any practices? How can you like create a different type of campaign to upsell and encourage more activity from your current customers?
yeah. For existing users, it's a whole different ballpark. That's a great question, by the way. For existing users, speaking of user guiding elements, I think a well-designed resource center is what we call a little knowledge hub where you add everything. Consider just like a playlist where you add every single information that might come in handy for a user, whether it's a first time or existing users. But speaking of the holiday campaigns, for existing users, a well-designed, resource center can make a huge difference, right? Instead of overwhelming the customers with constant pop-ups everywhere coming to your way, you can take a more subtle approach, but still a very impactful one, right? So by customizing your resource center to align with the rest of the page, a seasonal campaign, you can create a natural and engaging experience, right? Without making it too obvious. It's a chance to not only inform your users, but to delight your users as well. So when they go to your website, let's say it's end of the October, you have a holiday, you have a Halloween theme going on, you can delight your users, right? For example, you can update the title, text, color to reflect whatever is going on in that specific time period. You can add a single step module at the top of the page where you highlight the current offers, let the customers know there's something going on, along with an easy to remember discount code. It should be catchy enough for the users to remember, right? It's a great way to catch their attention right away. Look, there's something going on. Check it out, right? I'm not putting it in your face, but it's there, right? The cool part of this approach is the non-disruptive nature of it. Right? The resource center is always there when the user needs it. Right? It's there, sitting on demand, so they can check it out at their own pace.
Yeah, 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 definitely. I mean, I remember at some point, I don't remember what it, like I was checking our website. I think it was like some e-commerce website or something like that. And
Yeah,
then when I first log in, right, I'm joining that. I'm logging into this platform because there's something like I need to do, right? So when I'm first logging in and then I see like a pop-up show, I'm gonna like exit it, right? Or it's gonna at least create some like some friction, because I need to like achieve the steps that I want to first, and then maybe I can like consider something like that. But then what makes me sad is like if I if my subconscious or like instinctively I just exit it, I
yeah.
can't find it again, right?
It
Like it's the discount is gone.
happens to me all the time. I mean, I'm a huge believer in e-shopping. I have my own brand.
Yes.
I got the brand loyalty. I tend to go to specific websites for shopping, and when the discount code pops to my face in the first place, look, I'm going to dismiss it, right? Let me breathe
Yeah.
for a second. Let me see what's going on. If I can find something, yeah, give me the discount. I would love it, but not in the first place. Let me discover the place for in the first place for a
I
little
know.
while, and then if you got something, yeah, let me know. Then I'll probably take it from there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I love the example that you said, like the resource center, because it's the non-intrusivity of it actually pushes the user to be curious about it, especially if you change like some of like for example, if it's like a fall campaign, which is like what we're gonna talk about a little bit later. Um, if you had like the toggle blue for the whole time, but during the seasonal offer, for example, you change it to orange, people are gonna be like, like this changed. Like, is there something new? So they would click on it. You're actually leading the users out of their curiosity to like take a look at that discount, and then they would feel like it's an Easter egg. Like, yeah, like I deserve this because I found that discount. So then they would like they would use it in as a promo code for their checkout.
Yeah,
Yeah, amazing.
that's what I
Um,
meant by delights. Delighting the users. The chances are they know what's been going on, right? Everything is orange, at the end of the October. Right?
I know everything.
You go there, chances are you're going to see something orange, a pumpkin, something related to Halloween, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just a little, a nudge to make it more intuitive for the users, without making it too obvious.
Too obvious, exactly. And then you kind of want to stand out as well,
Mhm.
like everything, as you mentioned, like everywhere you go now, it's like banner, pop up, everything, like everything's like in your face, fireworks, all of this. And it's funny because that's I'm kind of gonna show how to build that, but of course, um, taking it a step further, which is a little segue into my next question. Uh, Using some segmentation and personalization, how, in your opinion, like what is the best practice? How important is that in those like holiday campaigns that we're running?
Sure. Uh, so when it comes to segmentation, it's all about making the offers more personal. Um, I mean, the old school discounts we were just discussing, to your face in the first place, right off the bat, it doesn't cut it anymore. They don't pack the same impact as more personalized, marketing campaigns, especially with all the marketing automations that we have, all over the place. Considering today, people are much more educated, right? It doesn't, have the same impact anymore. So, especially, when people are more educated about this stuff, I mean, the chances are the people visiting your page in a holiday season, the chances are they already seen enough generic discount stuff on their way. So that's why segmentation is important. With user guiding, luckily, you can divide your users into different cohorts, different user groups based on things like subscription tier, how long they've been using the product, how long they've been signing up the platform for. Once you have that, once you have different cohorts to target, you can increase and create specific offers that speaks directly to each group, right? Without having a one size fits all kind of an approach. You have multiple options for multiple cohorts to make it more fit, personal. To make it even more, explicit.
Like direct, yeah, explicit.
Yeah, for example, let's say you have trial users, right? You might want to offer them 30% discount on an annual plan to
Mhm.
encourage them to upgrade, right? To start with a paid plan. Or you might have, of course, depending on the platform, you might have a freemium users, who have been using the platform for a while but never got to that second stage. You can offer them like 25% discount on premium features that might come in handy for the use case. Again, circling back to segmentation, to give them the push they need to upgrade to a paid plan. And of course, you're going to have current paying users. uh, we don't want to forget the paying users, of course. You might give them a 20% discount on a higher tier plan. This could be a nice time to to ping them about an upsell. So in a nutshell, segmentation isn't just about giving discounts, right? I'm talking about discounts, but it's about making the experience as personal as possible for the users. When they feel like the offer was specifically created for them and not a generic, like everybody gets a discount kind of a thing, they're much more likely to engage and at least consider that discount. Like they feel like I've been seen, right? This platform is no, but I've been spending some time here for a while. This offer fits me, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that personalization, especially if there's like a if there's like a locked feature, for example. Even I love the example that you said, like a freemium user, because there's so many locked features there. But if you have like good analytics and you're able to understand which users are visiting the pages of that, then you can, for example, like segment them. Users that have visited so and so page, provide them this offer. So this way they'll feel like, oh yeah, like I did just check this out, and uh, the only thing that was like stopping me from upgrading is like the pricing, for example, or these types of things. So thank you, Kemal. Thank you for all this information.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure, and yeah, if please stay on, like uh, continue with the chat if anybody has questions as well.
Yeah, I'll be
Um,
here.
but yeah, awesome. All right, take care. Amazing. All right. So, of course, if you guys have any questions for Kemal regarding best practices, what are some ways that you're able to kind of upgrade and scale up your operations, marketing operations, especially for the holiday campaigns, let us know in the chat. For now, let's take a look at the more implementing type of practice. So everything that Kemal had mentioned with regards to implementation of best practices to help boost in-app campaigns, reachability, and hopefully conversions. We're gonna go and look through all of that. So we're gonna talk about how to create banners, right? I got some like really fun banners to show you guys. Right, targeting your audience. So if you have as Kemal was saying, uh, specific types of audience, you have the freemium, for example, um, free plan, trial users, or even paying customers that you want to push for upgrade. You can segment those, and then of course getting the analytics at the end to understand how was my campaign, did they how many people saw it, how many people interacted with it, so on and so forth. So to begin with, let me share my screen. All right, and we're gonna take a look at, let's put this down here. All right, there we go. All right, so hopefully, I don't know if everyone is familiar with this, but this is our user guiding dashboard, and this is my account. So over here, you'll usually find the analytics. This is the analytics dashboard. We're not going to go through all the little features here and there, but you can see all the interactions. And to begin with, we're going to, of course, build a nice campaign. So we have a couple of options. Honestly, I couldn't decide on one because both of them are really cute. We got a fall campaign, and we can specify this for our, for example, basic plans. So this will be specifically for our already paying users, but we want them to upgrade to, for example, a professional or advanced plan. And then we have a Black Friday deal. So Black Friday deals are coming up right now, and what I'm going to show you here is just a really quick way of building banners, having a product update page, adding them to your resource center, and then of course segmenting them. All right, so we can go through first first things first is you want to create a theme, right? You want to change the colors. Over here we have some fall color themes. Got an orange one, Black Friday one. We can create a new theme here, right? And we got these colors. These are the usual user guiding colors here. So we got the blue, the white. If you want it to be um, fall-y, of course, you want to change it into, let's go here, have a little bit of an orange, right? Let's go with the orange. I'm not much of a designer myself, but of course you can play around. You can add your company logos as well using this. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but like an ink dropper, you can get the colors, you can add them. But just to save time a little bit, we can go through this orange fall theme that I created. So we have the banners that would look something like this. You can add images, right? Changing the color of the typography and just make them all the same, just to stay standard. Even the hotspots, you can change it into an orange, right? And this is how it would look like, so on and so forth, right? And when they hover over it, the color changes. And going back here again, even for the Black Friday one, changed the theme, made the background black, but the black buttons are still, in theme with the user guiding code. And same here. So after you got your theme set, all right, next step is we want to create our banners. So we can go to guides here, right? We already have those. Let me show you what they look like and then how we can recreate them. So we can look at the Black Friday one first. So this is for offering 50% off for all plans. And if I open it in extension and we're using our playground uh, as an example here. So over here, it's going to preview a little banner. Right, so we have our extension. It's popped up, right? And you can have something like this. This could be on your main page. It could be on your home page, just to entice the visitors, let them know that, we got a little Black Friday thing going on. You can add GIFs, right? Even having a promo code or a call to action, and this button is customizable. So you can add whatever call to action you want to have and leading the users there. The second one that I wanted to show you was a little cute fall slide out. So this could be for just basic plan users, and I'll show you how to even personalize it even further. So you can add little GIFs here and there just to make it a little bit more fun, and add some information, get 50% off next 24 hours, upgrade any plan. And the same here, same thing here, get promo code. Nice. Just checking the comments. Out of interest, which one did you guys find? Which one did you want to start first with? So we got the Black Friday banner and then we got the slide outs. I'm very curious. You can just type it in the comments. Let me play them again. Right, we got this little Black Friday one. They're very simple to create. Once you have the theme set, then it's just adding those blocks. There. All right, let's go with the banner. Nice, nice. All right, perfect. So on the page where you want the banner to show, you can open your extension, same way that we have it here, and create a guide. And you can say, all right, Black Friday banner. You can choose your theme. Black Friday, there we go, and let's create it. And the very lovely thing about user guiding is that we got templates for you, right? So we already have this campaign banner template, right? And because I have the theme, as I've set the theme here earlier, right? The Black Friday one, it's very similar to what I wanted to show. So we already have this here. These ones are automatic. These are GIFs. So if you want, you can add some fireworks. You can upload them as an image, right? But let's say you want to add another one, for example. I can maybe delete this one. Add another element, add image. Let me add it in the middle, and then I can insert. I already have the GIF downloaded. Is it GIF or GIF? And there we go. You can change the placement of it, and you can say, check out the special prices, or of course you can change it to um, get 50% off. Now let's maybe change the size of it, something like that. You can change the color of the button, of course, back on the theme if you want it to be orange as well. Now, if you want this to, uh, if you want to copy a code, then you can do so as well. You can add copy text. So if you have a promo code, for example, Black Friday 2024, set action. So this way, right, when I preview it, right, it'll look like this. Of course, you can make the image smaller so it doesn't take up much space. Oh, 1 second. Well, let me just, because I changed the setting of it. But yeah, we can make this smaller as well. Let's go 70. Let me just change this so I'm able to, right. Right, so it can look something like this. So after that, you can activate it from the settings. If you want to be for all users, right, this is the one that we created here. You go to the settings, you can set where you want it to show. So which pages you want this to show on. Do you want it to be for all audiences, for everyone visiting the pages, or as we talked about, if you want it to be segmented for a specific type of user? If you want it to be automatically shown, so of course you probably want to have this, all the time. But you can of course set the appearance frequency, schedule it, right? So because this is a campaign, scheduling is going to be very important. So this way you don't have to set separate reminders to turn it on and off. And then once you have this set, you can activate it, of course, after completing the installation and adding the code. And you already have your banner up, right? That's it. It's super simple. Takes a couple of seconds, as you saw. And you're ready to have your in-app campaign ready. Amazing. Now, for the slide out, it'll be a little bit different, right? We can create a new guide, right? Slide out for basic plans. So this is a little bit different because we're going to segment it and personalize it even further. We're going to set a theme here, right? And we can create one from one of our templates as well. So this one is already a discount modal, right? Because I've set the theme to orange and green, it's going to look something like this. And I want to replace the image that we have here to this little cute GIF that I found earlier. Right, it's super adorable. Yeah, who wouldn't want to buy from a platform that that has this type of GIF? And then of course you can change the color if you would like. Or we can keep it this way, maybe bold it, right? And to take it even further, you can add a touch of personalization. So you can have their first name, insert. So you can say, for example, Jude, get 50% discount, to increase that personal touch. And the same way that we have here, you can, have an option to copy the text, which would be the promo code, to the clipboard, or you can even set it to go directly to a checkout, or even run a JavaScript or trigger a different guide. You have lots of options, right? So we can save this. And let's say I wanted to show at the bottom right, bottom left. I'll save it and then preview. Oh, we got it here. So it'll look something like this. Of course, you can make it smaller, larger, however you would like. But as Kemal was mentioning, we don't want to bombard users with so many notifications. So we can set this back here in the guide, right? This is the little cute one that we created. So we can set this to show maybe only once or once a session. right? Or, and you can make it stop triggering once the users have seen it. Let's go 5 times. Yes, right. Um, Another thing to take it even further, and this comes to the analytics tracking and measuring the success of the campaign, is you can set custom goals. So when you complete the installation, you can send attributes. Basically, these are actions that users take on your platform. You can send this information to user guiding. So you can say, for example, once a user um, adds promo code, right? So once they've reached that goal of adding the promo code or upgrading, then you can set that attribute. Right, these will be different events, custom events. So it has lots of purposes. So one, right, it stops that same pop-up from showing because the users have already reached that goal. And then the second, you get to measure goals and analytics for that. So let's go back here to the dashboard. So here you'll be able to create goals. So basically conversion rates from campaigns. So you can see exactly, which banners, for example, are working to help convert those users into becoming, an upgraded customer or a paid user. So from trial to a paying customer. So you're able to track these. And of course, not to mention that you're able to track um, the percentage and the number of views that you get on some of your in-app campaign elements versus the completed ones. So you can see, for example, once they've embedded the code, right, and they've added it, that promo code, and they've checked out, then you can say that the guide is finished, and you can measure the success of the campaign with that. Amazing. Uh, perfect. Just checking the chat here. So yes, we'll be sending uh, the recording after. Finally, we have a couple of minutes left. What I wanted to show is having a little bit of as Kemal was mentioning, a non-intrusive way of promoting campaigns inside the app. So one way to do that is also having a product announcement, product updates page. So and with the product updates, then you can add it to the resource center. So typically a resource center would look something like this, right? And product updates has all the recent updates that you have from your company that you want to share with all your users, right? So this is our latest new feature. You can add tags, of course. So these are news, amazing G2 reviews here, and some new features here and there. One of the pages that I created as an example, let me show you here, is an autumn or fall campaign. Right. Of course, you can change the colors here. If you want it to be orange as well, you can do so. But this is one of the examples where you can upload an image, or tag it as campaigns, and then write your offer, even include the discount code, or add any URLs, or redirecting them to a subscription page, or even learning more about, for example, a specific offer or a feature. And to create this, you can go to your product updates page here, go to posts, right? This is the one that we created, and it looks something like this, right? But of course, if you want to create a new one, you can just upload an image. So we can use this example. Big sale, right? Um, Fall campaign is here, right? And in the same way, um, get your discount, learn more about our features, and new releases. Perfect. And to add a tag to it, then you can just go hover over to this gear. Right, you can add it as a tag. Um, yeah, fall campaign. You can set when you want it to be published, right? So you can schedule all the banners, all the events, and even your updates here. at the same time. So everything is launched simultaneously, right? And here is where you can also share any news and details about your campaign. And you want to add it when you want to add it to a resource center. Let's go to right here to your widgets. This is an example. For example, this is a Halloween themed one, right? You can add the product updates page here. It's already embedded, so any updates that they get, right, they'll see a notification. So this way, it removes that intrusivity, but also increases that curiosity for them. Amazing. Perfect. And finally, for the last 5 minutes, let's talk about segmentation. So in your users page, when you install the code and you share with user guiding, user identification, when you enable user identification, then you're able to pass any attributes that you have. And of course, including these attributes, they can be country, their plan, the first name, last name, this type of information. You can create segments, and once you've created a segment, you can go back to your banners and update them. This is the Black Friday one. Let's go to the slide out that we created, right? And you can select the segment that you want. So I want this to be for, let's see the ones that I have created earlier. Ones that have had more than 5 web sessions, as an example, right? But one of those examples could be a little bit more personalized, and you can keep layering segments. So you can say that this is an offer for our users in Brazil, if there's a holiday in Brazil there, or in India, if they have like a Diwali um, celebration or campaign, then you can add and layer more segments to make it even more personalized. Uh, and that's how you're able to create effective in-app campaigns. You save and publish, and you're good to go. You have all your campaigns ready to run. Awesome. Yeah, I mean that's the for the demonstration part. I've shown you how to create guides, banners, themes. Looked at the analytics a little bit. Shown you how to target users. Perfect. And finally, we have our newest feature, our new release. We'll show you a little video and you guys can make your assumptions about what it's about. But we're going to have this new release on Monday, so stay tuned. All right. Amazing. So what do you guys think of that? Looks super sweet, right? So we're taking it even a step further to becoming an all-in-one product adoption platform, but also, this is to help increase that support for the users. So having a an AI assistant is going to be a game changer for everyone. You're able to upload all your information, your documentation. It's going to be very quick to learning. Uh, the the whatever you upload it, whatever you feed it, it's going to give that information to the users. But of course, on Monday, we'll have a huge release. So if you want to get more information about that, let me know. We can set up a consultation call, so we can walk through the new feature, but also for your in-app and in-app marketing campaigns. Yes, so let me start this if you would like us to get in touch with you for a free consultation about how to increase. If you want any tips, anything that me and Kemal talked about when it comes to in-app campaigns, right? Seeing as we got a good number of people saying that they're going to launch campaigns within the next 2 months, right? So we can help boost that, make sure that you're able to convert uh, and increase your revenue as much as possible during the last 2 months of the year. Awesome. Well, that's it for today's session, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Ahmed asked a question. So we don't have to use CRMs, for example, intercom AI supports it. Exactly. So you can ditch the the intercom solution. Here, let me ping that for a second. Right. So yeah, Ahmed said that you don't have to use your CRMs. No, that because this is going to be a little bit more. How do I say? It's going to be smarter, right? It's going to be smarter than your general AI solution because you're going to feed it that documentation based off of your knowledge base, your product updates, your guides. So when your users are asking a question, so they can get the option of, of course, they're going to get the relevant information, but also if you have a guide that you've created with user guiding, so by guide, of course, it's an interactive guide, then it will share that, and your user or the person that's asking about the inquiry, they can click on that and it'll activate a walkthrough about what they were looking for. So, unlike the other CRMs or the other AI assistants, let's say, or chatbots, this one is much more interactive, right? It's kind of meshing all the tools together, the user guiding solutions, to create a whole interactive experience for your users, especially when it comes to any inquiries that they have. So instead of going to a knowledge base or going somewhere externally, or especially this like one-on-one chat, they're able to get an on-demand support directly from the information that the AI has learned from your solution. Does that answer your question, Ahmed? I hope it does. Amazing. Speaking of integrations, you're I didn't mention this during the demo, but of course you're able to integrate user guiding with your CRM or other solutions as well. So you can integrate and feed user information and interactions that they've had with those user guiding banners that you would be creating for your marketing. You can feed them to uh, I believe Intercom and HubSpot as well. So this way, there'll be you can even have like a wholesome email campaign marketing slash interactive in-app marketing. Uh, yes. Thanks for your question, Ahmed. Perfect. Yeah, we're running on the last 2 minutes of this webinar. Thank you everyone for joining. Right. We do have a survey. So after this, actually, let me share it here if possible. Um, right after the right after I end the session, it's going to take you to our survey page where please, if you're able to fill and give us feedback about what other features or what other topics you would like us to discuss. Would you like us to bring some industry experts to talk about their experience? Or do you want to see some more demos, some more best practices and use cases of user guiding? The more information that we have about what you guys are, looking forward to, when it comes to these webinars, the more we'll be able to bring them to you. We want to provide you with the best value possible. So please, give us your feedback. It's much appreciated. And yes, let me share it here as well. All right, it'll redirect you to the page right after I end the session. But thank you, everyone. Stay awesome, and yeah, looking forward to the next one. Bye bye.